Well, good morning, boys. I hope you are well, and so are your families. Listen, this morning, in some ways, it's quite a sad little video because it's the last time I will ever speak to you from this site. I'm in Gibbs Green, and by the time I speak to you next, the next video will come from our permanent site. As you know, we're in the process of moving, and by the time you see this video, we probably would have moved. And so I'll never speak to you again from Gibbs Green. So I'm quite sad about that, even though I'm really looking forward to moving to our permanent site. And when you come to these kind of key moments where, if you like, one chapter's ended and a new chapter's just to begin, it's important that we stop and reflect and look forward. And I want to say 5 things to you this morning at this kind of pivotal moment. The first is this: us going to our permanent site and leaving Gibbs Green behind shows me, and I hope it will show you, the importance of never giving up. Winston Churchill, he went back to his old school Harrow just after the war, and he was asked to make a speech. There were hundreds of people there, and he stood up and he said this, 5 words: never, never, never give up. Just don't give up. And the fact we're about to go into our new home on the Fulham Road is proof. Don't give up. See, I remember when I first came to London 8 years ago, sat in that little office in Studford Street, no teachers, no boys, no building, just me and a laptop. And it was hard to imagine that we'd be one day moving into this fabulous new building on the Fulham Road. And even before I was in post, there was these founders, with a great vision about this boys' school in this brilliant building. And at the time, it was just in their minds. And then what a proud moment for them. People like Mr. Wade and Miss Stinson. What an incredibly proud moment for them this must be. So never, never, never give up. There have been lots of times over the years when we thought it's too hard and I can't do this. I can't go to another meeting and fight for this. And it's all too much. Never give up. Number 2, memories, okay? Take time, even today, to think back over the last, for some of you, 7 years, and the happy memories we've had on this site, the friends you've made, the laughs you've had, the Eisteddfods you've listened to, the going solo concerts you've been to, the swimming gala. Think about sports day and all the great times we've had over the last 7 years, how much couscous we've eaten, how many drinks and nibbles we've had, how many signatures have been given out. All really happy times. How many times the fire alarm has gone off. And I'm hoping it's not going to go off when I'm speaking to you now, but think how many times the fire alarm's gone off. We had to line up in Gibbs Green. I think we're probably the best school in the country at doing fire alarms. And I can remember one young man coming back after Christmas and finding a mouse in his rugby sock. All things that have characterised being here in Gibbs Green and Beaumont Avenue. We've had happy times, okay? And think back on them and remember them with fondness and take this time now just to think, oh yeah, this has been a great first 7 years. The third thing I said was this: so never give up, enjoy the memories. The third thing is this: being here has really shown who we are and our culture and our ethos. And you think about things like protests outside the school gates where our policies were questioned and we stood firm, fighting to get the school open and sticking to our guns to make sure the Fulham Boys School would be the amazing school it is today. I think on this site, it has shown our culture. We've proved what we are and what we are about. Teachers have been amazing. Support staff, your parents, governors. Just really, this experience of the last 7 years has made us who we are today. So we are now going to move to our home on the Fulham Road, but it's the North End Road where we grew up. Always remember that. The fourth thing is this: we've had to be enterprising, okay? And I talk about enterprise a lot, but we've had to be creative and make things happen because we've been here a lot longer than we ever thought we would be. Been here 7 years, a long time. And every year we've had to change things. So change classrooms around. So where the English rooms are now, that used to be Mr. Burns's music suite in year 1. And where the library is now, that used to be where we used to eat food. Chop and change every single year. Where one of the science labs is, that used to be a PE changing room. And most incredible of all was people like Mr. Coward just discovered this mannequin factory that we could use for our school. Incredible, just creative, sort of determined people to make the best of what we've had. So remember that, okay? Don't feel sorry for yourselves. It's horrible at the moment, isn't it, with lockdown, but don't feel sorry for yourselves. Have this enterprising spirit that you can make the best of things and be creative and make things happen, okay? The 5th thing is this: learn. Look back over your time at Fulham Boys School so far, and like I said, have happy memories, okay? But also learn. We've made mistakes, haven't we? You might have gone into trouble. You might have said things and done things and just not been very nice at times. You might have wasted time and not worked as hard as you should have. We've made mistakes, all of us. As the leader, if you like, I know I've made mistakes. Now is the time to learn from them, okay? Learn from your mistakes. And instead of being crippled by regret and just giving up and think, well, that's it, use it to make you into a better boy and learn from these experiences so that when we go to the new school, you will have become a better young person because of all that. Never give up. Enjoy some memories. Remember, this is what's made us our culture. Be enterprising, learn, and take those lessons to the new site because, you know, the building's amazing. I can't wait for you to see it. It's really fabulous. But we've still got to take ourselves, okay? So you've still got to be you. And you can't get away from you. Okay, so don't think now, well, that was it. It's a new building. You've got to be the one who's got to be different. And like I say, you can do that by looking back, learning from things, and saying, how can I now, when I go to this new school, this new chapter, this new period, how can I be better than I've ever been? And how can I push on and achieve even more? So think about those things. It's sad, isn't it? I'm sad. Like I always said, we'd always look back and say, these are the good old days. I'm not sure we will, but it is a sad moment. But be thankful for what we've had so far and learn from it as we go forward. And like I say, gents, I cannot wait to see you again in that new site. Come on over.